And think about the durability of Cardano. It's been around in market for 6 years. It's gone through multiple cycles from $1.48 down to 2.5 cents, up to 3, down to 25, and it's here. It's Johnny Live a Lot. And it keeps getting more decentralized and keeps getting more capabilities.
Keeps getting more decentralized and keeps getting more capabilities, folks. That was me talking to Charles Hoskinson about a few months ago, talking about the upgrades for Cardano that they have planned. And I think Cardano just got the biggest upgrade since the introduction of smart contracts 3 years ago. Cardano is finally getting a fiat-backed stablecoin, USDM, after huge delays. This is going to be huge for Cardano DeFi, and I've identified 2 DeFi projects that I think are going to capitalize off this news. But first, let's cover this. This is a stable coin finally coming to Cardano. Finally, Cardano has something that DeFi can latch onto, because there are stable coins on Cardano, but they're logarithmic stable coins, not fiat-backed stable coins. So you see a little bit of fluctuation in price. The most popular one, which I am a fan of, is the ZED stablecoin. And you can see here, even today, it dipped as low as 95 cents. It was trading above $1, touching $1.01 several times throughout the day. We go back, you can see almost touching $1.04, dipping as low as 96 cents right there. So a stable coin needs to be a little bit more stable. Now, I'm a fan of ZED. I don't really mind the 1 or 2% deviations in price. It's pretty close to $1. I mean, try tracking our inflation. But DeFi heads are going to want more. They're going to want something more stable. But Mahin Finance is finally launching USDM after some delays. Some say there's maybe some weird things happening in the background. Their bank shuttered in 2023, and its banking partner went to work for Circle, aka USDC, aka some would say that entity is one of the ones trying to push down Cardano. I don't know if I would go that far down the rabbit hole, but they are now welcoming a 1-to-1 fully fiat-backed stablecoin. And like I said, some DeFi projects are going to have huge benefits from this. And we're going to talk about that right after this other big piece of news. Cardano Staking ETF is debuting on a Swiss stock exchange. This isn't going to be anywhere near NASDAQ or, a Hong Kong trading arm. No, this is the Swiss stock exchange, but they now have a Cardano Staking ETF, and the staking is pretty important too, because that's what Fidelity is trying to do with the ETH ETF, whereas they want to give the rewards to the ETF holders. If you hold Cardano every 5 days, you get a little bit of a staking reward. But this ETF was created by Liquid Finance. This is a Cardano project in collaboration with the Issuance.Swiss AG, and then Liquid Finance has had some major moves lately. And folks, this isn't even one of the 2 altcoin picks, although this is a pick of mine. In fact, I bought a little today. And the reason why, this is the launch of the token. You can see here, this is just the 1 month chart right here. But if we go to max, you can see, all right, this token was priced much higher, but I wouldn't use these as moonshot targets. You can see $80, $70, there's definitely more token issuance now. But if we go to the 1 month chart, you can see they had the big announcement for this, and then in the meantime, crypto's experienced a little bit of a dump, and LQ token has basically eradicated almost the entirety of its gain from this gigantic news. Now, I think this is a little bit of an overcorrection, and if you would have buy here, yeah, obviously you're down. But after this news, you can see right there, $2.42, and right now it's $2.75. So you're seeing less than a 20% pump. So you're still getting in at a fairly decent price, and look how much the market liked this news. If this ETF is successful, I predict that we're going to see more run-ups similar to this. Now, this is going to be entirely hinged on whether or not the Cardano ETF is successful in Switzerland. So Swiss, we need our Swift community to go out there and try to buy some of this, and let's spread a little love. Now, Cardano DeFi is going to be big, and before we get into the 2 coins, this is what Cardano transactions look like. These are the transactions happening within Cardano. Cardano has transactions within transactions. That was the last block. We'll see this block. Give it a second or two, and then we'll see what are the transactions looking like. And then look at all the transactions within the transactions. All of these represent different transactions. If we click on the 16x, you can see that they're doing different things. So, a lot of it could be some market makers, some DeFi tools doing 20 transactions batched all together, and so it just comes out as one transaction. So it's more like events within a transaction versus EVM, where everything is going to be a transaction, or even Solana, where just updating data on the blockchain can act as a transaction. Now, Cardano, EUTXO.org, if you want to see the visualized Cardano transactions happening. Ooh, there's a good block. Oh, we got a good block. Ooh, wow, look at all the NFTs being traded within this transaction. I see someone buying some some book. Okay, buying some book. Book's going to cook, folks. All right, now let's get into the two projects, everybody. Number one is going to be Menswap. We've talked about Menswap before in the past. All right, Menswap is the top DEX on Cardano, the top decentralized exchange, and Menswap has a huge upgrade happening in about 2 weeks. And I think this event is going to basically create a lot of bullish momentum for this token, but the token is a little bit high right now. You can see we've experienced a little bit of a pullback, but dang it, if I don't see a little bit of a trend line starting to form right here, so I actually don't hate getting in under 4 cents. Now, the big event that they're going to have launching in about 2 weeks is LBEs, aka Liquidity Bootstrapping Events. And I went into their Medium page, did a little research here, and we're just going to read a couple paragraphs. We recognize the need for deep liquidity pools, and a significant part of it should be POL. So we designed LBEs. Now, POL is a protocol-owned liquidity. So this is, liquidity owned by the large whales, not the people. And so they want to get people involved with liquidity bootstrapping events. With this in mind, folks, tell me what you think this reminds you of here. 25 million supplied here, so, being held by the DAO. So the test was a great success. And now they're opening up for the Cardano community to bootstrap liquidity on Menswap. It's designed for projects that want to launch a token when it is not yet into circulation. And right now, we're in the midst of a meta for Solana and Ethereum, and that is the pre-sale meta. People are blindly giving their money, their funds, their hard-earned crypto to strangers on the internet. And then I think this meta could potentially carry over to Cardano with a couple changes here. Well, one, it's a LBE, not really a token allocation or token event, but still very, very similar. In retail's eyes, it's essentially going to be the same thing. A little difference here, projects set aside a percentage of their total token supply. For instance, 2%. And then the participants have a fixed time during which they can supply ADA. And then the participants and the tokens from the project get put together. And then we have a liquidity pool. So this essentially gives you more DeFi capabilities than just, blindly giving strangers on the internet one Solana and hoping they send you fake money that is worth more money. And so after this LBE, I think a lot of people are going to flock to Menswap, spark up some conversations. Hey, let's launch some community-led tokens. And then that might lead to more and more attention on Menswap. All right, folks, but back to the Menswap token, folks. I'm going to tell you how to buy it and how to put that money to use for you. So I'm in a liquidity pool. Kind of covered this in the past a little bit. I just want to show you. So I've staked some Menswap and I've earned rewards. You can see it right there. I've earned 2,300 men and I've earned 35 ADA. So we're going to go ahead and harvest my rewards. And we're going to redeposit that in my liquidity pool. So you go to your liquidity and you can see what you're staking. And here we're staking some liquidity pool tokens and we're going to add the rewards back to it. And so we can just get a nice compounding interest having our Menswap earn more funds. And we got in early. I tried to tell you, during some of this low period. So I've earned more Menswap, earned more Cardano due to impermanent loss. Meanwhile, I'm just getting rewards in both. So we go back here, we go to liquidity, and we're just going to click add liquidity here. And we have to click Menswap. And we hit max, and it'll tell you what you need in Cardano. Now, I'm a little bit short on Cardano, so, we'll just do a 2K, and then I'll have to earn some more ADA from my other staking rewards, and then I'll put it with this. So we're going to go ahead and re-up the 2,000 Menswap, and then use 121 Cardano, because you have to have equal values on both sides of the liquidity pool, and then put that money to work for us. So Menswap is the token, and this is how you get your Menswap to earn you more Menswap and Cardano at the same time. All right, now that you got your Menswap working for you, let's find the next Cardano DeFi gem. And it's actually very, very hot right now. This is taptools.io. This shows you every Cardano native token and then compared price-wise to Cardano. So you see plus 2%, that means it's gained 2% relative to Cardano. So if Cardano has gone up 10%, it means it's gone up that 10% plus an additional 2% on top of that. Now here, we're going to click 24-hour and see what is the hottest token in the Cardano ecosystem. Not the coldest, we want the hottest. The hottest is FLDT. This is Fluid Tokens. All right, we're going to go to Fluid Tokens and look at their socials. Folks, there's something going on here, but we don't know exactly what is going to happen. We just know it is an announcement. So this is an announcement telling you that there's going to be an announcement. Fluid Tokens, if we told you what we're about to drop tomorrow, you still wouldn't be ready for it. One thing we know for sure, turn notifications on. I might go ahead and just turn on that bell right there. I want to be up to date when this happens. And it might have something to do with their staking, might have something to do with their bonds. If we go to the website, lend, borrow, and provide instant liquidity for your digital assets. I think this might have something to do with the latest big announcement we saw, which is the stable coins. And so it would make sense that a lending platform where you can borrow against your assets, whether it's a blue chip NFT or just your tokens, maybe a stable coin is going to factor into this in a major way. Tons of people using this. You can see millions in ADA and volume there. I think, could be a big upgrade to the borrow or lend portion. Maybe buy, maybe liquidity pools. Maybe it adds a fifth feature no one's talking about. But I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see some sort of stable coin big announcement. And once we see a big stable coin announcement, I think it'll be a lot more safe, quote unquote, for traditional investors that come in. Because like I said, I think they see these stable coins going from $1 to 97 cents, back to $3 to 96 cents, 101, 99, maybe keeps them on the sidelines. We have a fully fiat-backed stablecoin, some strong DeFi products. I really think some pretty good opportunity here. Let me show you one thing, though. The main reason I am a buyer at these prices, well, yeah, sure, we saw a huge spike. It's a red day. It's green while Cardano's red. But if this is the max chart, and it launched to much fanfare, 25 cents essentially, shot up to 38 or so, yeah, somewhere around there, 37.9. Dropped all the way down below launch price, and then pretty strong support at 20 cents. And you can see it right there, 20 cent bounce. You see it hanging around 20 cents, and right now it is just hanging out at that level. I think might get a little bit of rejection. Maybe it bounces down, tests 18 cents, 19 cents again. After that, I think 20 cents is going to act as strong support. And so I would just keep an eye out on this project in particular. And one of the reasons I am bullish, everybody, if they really have truly built a strong DeFi product on a top 10 chain utilizing fiat-backed stablecoins, a $20 million valuation is going to seem like peanuts. You're going to kick yourself for not jumping in when it was cheaper. And if you're wondering what is Menswap, I kind of glanced over that. 41 million, fully diluted 113. So I've seen definitely a lot worse for newer DeFi projects, but $40 million market cap, $20 million market cap. I think they're both very strong projects on a very robust chain. You just heard Charles Hoskinson, Cardano's here for the long haul. I honestly believe that in my heart. And so these are two tokens. I am a buyer. And full disclosure, I got a little extra LQ at these levels too. Seems just too juicy to pop up. So, well, that's Cardano DeFi in a nutshell. I think these are two undervalued gems. Let me know what you think below, maybe even three undervalued gems. Are you putting your tokens to work for you as well, or you just have it in cold storage on the sidelines? Nothing wrong with that. We don't ever disagree with not your keys, not your cheese. So, folks, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. I'm DZ for Discover Crypto. You know I love Cardano. You know I love DeFi. This is a perfect marriage of both. And we'll see you in your Cardano DeFi bags at the top.